Yes, hi. Hi, peep. Hi, my good people, my beautiful people. Good evening. I hope I meet each and every one of you well. I hope you are all in top form and in great spirit. Yes, good evening to you. Welcome to another epic video that we want to put up for you today. The very fourth day of the third month of March 2025. It is Tuesday today. Tuesday, the very fourth day of the third month of the year of 2025. I'm your man, your host, from this end of the dispatch box. Frank Bello is my name for those of you who are new to our channel, and we do it and we get information out to you the way it is supposed to be. Now, today we want to visit this particular part of the world. We want to go to Saudi Arabia, and our destination is Riyadh. Saudi Arabia, beautiful Islamic country. You can clearly see how beautiful Mecca is, with the grand mosque. You can see a lovely place in the desert, the birthplace of Prophet Muhammad. Is it Prophet Muhammad? And Saudi Arabia is now coming to the reality of life. And where is this taking place? It is taking place in Riyadh. You see, the world is changing very rapidly, very, very rapidly. And if you cannot catch up with the way the world is changing, then you are doomed. Look at Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia today is not the same Saudi Arabia yesterday. Saudi Arabia, reality of life. And this is taking place in the center of Riyadh. Guess what? Riyadh is to get legal alcohol store after how many years? 7 decades, 70 years. So Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, is now opening up for the world indirectly. Oh, Saudi Arabia opening up, and then intoxicating liquor is now readily made available in the Holy Land. Ilorin Imams and Sheikhs in Nigeria, and those of you in northern Nigeria, hey, how market. Sultan of Sokoto, how market. All of you that are antagonizing other people, how market. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin Imam tẹ́ sọ pé Ilorin is the second Mecca, the spiritual home of Islam. Tẹ́ ń wò lẹ́yìn mi, Saudi Arabia, wọ́n ti ṣílẹ̀kùn wọn pé àwọn fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ta ọtí tó ń pa èèyàn, ọtí tó máa intoxicate èèyàn. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin Yorùbá, torí ẹ̀ mo ṣe ń sọ Yorùbá fún yín, ó kẹ́bà lè tètè gbọ́. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin imams àti sheikhs tẹ́ gbóyìnbó, Saudi Arabia nìyó. Saudi Arabia wọ́n ti ṣílẹ̀kùn wọn pé àwọn fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ta ọtí tí ẹ̀yin Northern Nigeria tẹ́ sọ pé haram ni, ṣùgbọ́n ọtí yẹn VAT ẹ̀ tó ń kó wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ yín ní Northern Nigeria ẹ̀ ń gbà á, ṣùgbọ́n ẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí wọ́n ta ọtí tiwa ní Southern Nigeria kan wá tà ní ọ̀dọ̀ yín tẹ́ ń sọ pé imam ní sharia ni. Ó nìyẹn o. Ìlú tán ti dá Islam tán ti dá sílẹ̀, wọ́n láwọn ti ṣí ilẹ̀kùn wọn sílẹ̀ pé àwọn fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ta ọtí. ọ̀bí gbogbo yín tẹ́ ń pera yín ní sheikh àti imam, ọ̀bí ẹ lọ mú gbàso, ẹ lọ mókun so, ẹ lọ mú okùn kẹfì so, because ìlú tí Islam gbé ti jáde wọ́n ti láwọn fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ta ọtí, wọ́n dẹ̀ ti ń ta, wọ́n ti ṣe already ní Riyadh. So Saudi Arabia is on booze. Saudi is on booze. Spiritual home of Islam. They've ended alcoholic ban. Wọ́n ti ní àwọn fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ta ọtí. They've ended alcoholic ban. Booze in Saudi Arabia. Ọtí, a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní mu ọtí, màmútí ní Saudi Arabia. A máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní mu ọtí ní Saudi Arabia sí yín. We will start drinking booze in Saudi Arabia. Ọ̀bí gbogbo ẹ̀yin imam Saudi, ẹ wò lẹ́yìn mi òun ni wọ́n ti ṣílẹ̀kùn wọn pa àwọn ò gba wèrè mẹ́sìn mọ́. Booze in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is now open for booze business. Northern Nigeria, Sultan of Sokoto, gbogbo yín, Hisba, gbogbo yín tẹ́ wà ní Northern Nigeria. Ọ̀bí. Spiritual home, Islamic spiritual home. They've opened up their market for booze business. Now, let's get down to the real business. Now, let's look at what's going on in Saudi Arabia, the kingdom and the spiritual home of Islam in the world. That place, it is the spiritual home of Islam. There's no doubt about it. I respect every religion. I don't give discrimination. I don't discriminate. I'm a very liberal human being. I've got half of me in Islam, and I've got half of my other part in Christianity, and then the other half as well in the traditional religion. So I am 3 in 1. Saudi ti ṣílẹ̀kùn wọn wípé àwọn fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ta ọtí, àdèmàmùtí níbẹ̀. Saudi Arabia is making headlines across the globe, across the world, for a new policy, a new alcoholic policy. New policy. So in a few weeks' time, Saudi Arabia will open up its first alcoholic shop. Yes, you heard. Few weeks' time, Saudi Arabia will open up their first alcoholic shop. Riyadh in Saudi Arabia will see legal liquor being sold after 7 decades, after 70 years. Now, some of you might say, why was alcohol banned in Saudi Arabia? You see, many of the uneducated Islamic scholars, sheikhs and imams, who are not educated enough to know exactly what's been going on in Saudi Arabia, let me give you a hint of that. You see, prohibition of alcohol was imposed in Saudi Arabia in 1952. You heard. In 1952, Saudi banned alcohol. After, guess what? The Saudi prince, a Saudi prince, shot a British diplomat dead in a drunken rage. And since then, alcohol has been a taboo in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Not that Islam prohibited alcohol. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia banned alcohol. Ẹ jẹ́ n sọ Yorùbá kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ṣèyíkì yẹn oníranù tẹ́ ẹ gbọ̀n tẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ nǹkankan lẹ́nu, ẹ jẹ́ n sọ Yorùbá kó bàa lè yé yín dáadáa. Islam kò sọ pé kẹ́ má mutí. Saudi Arabia ló báni ọtí mímu ní ìlú wọn ní 1952 nígbà tí ìkan nínú àwọn ọmọ wọn tó jẹ́ prince tó pa ìkan nínú àwọn British diplomat ní 1952. Ṣé ti gbọ́ mi yé bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn? Islam ò ní kẹ́ má mutí. No, Islam sọ pé máa mutí. Ẹ jẹ́ a carry on. Tẹ́ bá lérò pé ẹ mọ̀rọ̀ sọ, àwọn kan tó tún mọ̀rọ̀ sọ wọ́n wà tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n dẹ̀ tún gbé àlàyé ọ̀rọ̀ wọn tún gbé kalẹ̀ bó ṣe jẹ́. But Saudi Arabia is now different now. Saudi Arabia wọ́n fẹ́ tune ara wọn in conjunction with what is happening around the world. Saudi Kingdom, ìlú Islam, is different now. Now, Sherry de facto crowned prince, the de facto crowned prince, Prince Mohammed bin Salman, MBS abbreviation, has been trying, he's been trying to bring the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia into the future with his Vision 2030 plan. There's a lot to one in Vision 2030 plan of the crowned prince. Yes. So Saudi Arabia is now opening up for modernization. Ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú Sheikh àti Imam tẹ́sọ́pẹ́ wà ní Ilorin àti Northern Nigeria nígbà tí ìlú yín Islamic home of Islam tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní open up, ẹ̀rí pé ti yá wèrè ó ti ń dà yín lágbáríru, wèrè ó ń dà yín ní agbáríru. I'm coming to you. So it seems the vision of the crown prince involves a more liberal alcohol regime. But that doesn't mean that booze will start flowing in Saudi Arabia. But at least it has started. Ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní flow. ẹ wo gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tí Saudi Arabia tí wọ́n ti ń lose. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n fi slide ẹ jẹ́ n fi hàn ní ọlọ́pàá kẹ́tìrì. Ẹ máa wo lọ lẹ́yọ̀ kankan. Yes. So here's our report. Here's our own personal report and analysis of the issue from New Media TV in London. See, when you think of Saudi Arabia, you think of a conservative, oil-rich kingdom, isn't it? But it seems the kingdom is ready for a new tequila sunrise. Tequila, intoxicating tequila. If you know tequila, you know. Now, if you haven't figured out that yet, Saudi Arabia is finally going to open up and allow the sale of alcohol in the kingdom, in Saudi Arabia. Ilorin and Northern Nigerian Muslims, Ejo, how market? Ilorin and Northern Nigeria, how market? Sultan of Sokoto, how market? Wabi. The home of your religion, Islam, has put up sand inside your gari in Northern Nigeria and in Ilorin. See, it's Saudi Arabia. Wọ́n ti da yẹ̀pẹ̀ sínú gàrí yín. Ẹ jẹ́ n tún sọ kó bá lè yé gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ gbóyìnbó. Saudi Arabia wọ́n ti da yẹ̀pẹ̀ wọ́n ti da yẹ̀pẹ̀ sínú gàrí yín pé kẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní jẹ yẹ̀pẹ̀ because wọ́n ti legalize alcohol. Yes, the kingdom will open a new booze shop in a few weeks' time. It will be the first of its kind in 7 decades, 70 years. First of its kind. You are not comfortable with our southern bulls. Ṣètìlì bí Saudi Arabia ṣe tú àṣírí oníkálukú ní gbogbo ìdẹ́gba ẹ̀sìn Islam mọ́wèrè. Ṣètìlì ìlú Islam ṣètìlì wọ́n ti ń go liberal. But that doesn't mean you can just get the Jetta yourself for a G&T, gin and tonic. No. The alcoholic shop isn't for everyone yet. It's just for diplomats who are only non-Muslims. Fine. I knew a few handful of British diplomats when they are posted to Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. You see, because alcoholic beverages is banned, is illegal. So you see, many of the foreign diplomats from many of the European countries, they actually manufacture their own liquor, wines inside their home. They brew them themselves because you cannot import alcohol into Saudi Arabia. I know a few. So the alcoholic shop is not open to everyone. It will only be open to non-Muslims. The shop will be located here in Riyadh. Yes, the Riyadh is Saudi Arabia's diplomatic capital and quarter. And the rules that Saudi Arabia is putting down for getting alcoholic beverages are pretty straightforward. First, as I mentioned, the sale of the alcohol is only opened for diplomats who are non-Muslims, and those that are non-Muslims, they will have to go and buy the alcohol in person. You have to walk in. So if you are an ambassador, let's say from the United States of America, or from Canada, or from Australia, or from many of the Christian nations, from Italy, from France, if you are an ambassador, you have to walk in person to buy those alcohol yourself in person. You cannot send any of your staff, and you have to make an appointment to buy the alcohol on a special app that's been created by the Saudi government called Diplo app. Diplo, that is diplomatic app. When you arrive for your appointment, because you'll have to book appointments to go into the store, so when you arrive for your appointment, you must show proof that you are over 21 years of age. You also have to wear proper attire so they don't run. People don't run to the booze in terms of, oh, you want to quickly grab booze and the rest of it. No, you have to appear decent in a proper official diplomatic attire. No last minute purchase according to them. So every diplomat of non-Muslim faith will be entitled entitled, this is interesting, they will be entitled, hey, boy, I don't even think the UK would enact such a law. Every diplomat will be entitled to 240 points of alcoholic drink each month. Make no mistakes. 240 points. They've not stated alcoholic content. Points. This was based on point system and 240 points. Okay. What exactly will they get for 240 points is the question. Now, if you look at it very well, a liter of spirits that is this size, you can see it's a very big bottle. This is 1 liter of vodka. 1 liter of vodka. So a liter of this one is worth 6 points. 6 points. 1 liter of vodka, 6 points. A liter of wine, red wine, whiskey, everything, 1 liter. Okay, you can clearly see whiskey, brandy, all of them worth 6 points. 6 points. A liter of wine, red wine, white wine is worth 3 points. And for beer, it is 1.4 liters. 1.4 liters. So you can drink as many Nigerian Guinness as possible. This is worth 1.4 liter. For me, it seems more than enough for a single diplomat, to be honest with you. It's more than enough. This one, this vodka, 1 liter, worth 6 points, and you are only entitled to 240 points. Wow. So that means unless you want to kill yourself too. Yeah, so 240 points it's more than enough for any single diplomat to consume in 1 month. Remember, this is Saudi Arabia, a country where women couldn't drive until 2018 as well. But why this sudden change? Why that sudden change? Now, let me tell you, let me break it down. Momentous changes have occurred in the kingdom over the past few years. These changes were all part of just one man's vision. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the de facto Saudi ruler. What's he trying to do? He's trying to diversify the kingdom's economy. That is, he's trying to diversify Saudi Arabia's economic movement past its reliance on crude oil sales. He has been trying, yes, he has been trying to attract multinational companies and global sports franchises into Saudi Arabia. Now, he's even he's even tried by all means to boost the tourism industry in Saudi Arabia, and for that the last plant to succeed, the crown prince needs the world's perception of Saudi Arabia to change. So he wants the world to view Saudi Arabia differently. So if the crown prince wants the world to view Saudi Arabia, that you are looking behind differently. All of you Alfas and the Imams in Ilorin and northern Nigeria, you are all stupid and reckless. All of you are stupid. The home of Islam, the crown prince, is changing tides and he's moving with the world. Gbogbo yín pátápátá tẹ́ pera yín ní imam nílọrin, tẹ́ni ẹ̀yin àlùfáà olórí burúkú gbogbo yín lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan, gbogbo yín ẹ̀ gbádùn, gbogbo yín ẹ̀ gbádùn, you are not well. Orí gbogbo yóò pé ẹ lo ọpọlọ yín fún nǹkan tó yẹ kẹ́ lò fún. Saudi Arabia, the home of Islam, spiritual home of Islam, they are changing. Ẹ̀yin kígbe Sharia. Saudi Arabia wọ́n kígbe Sharia. Ẹ̀rí pé lórí burúkú ni gbogbo yín pátápátá. Olùsí olórí burúkú àṣírí má ṣàǹfààní ní gbogbo yín pátápátá. You see, Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia wants to attract the global market to come to Saudi Arabia. Gbogbo yín ẹ wá ń sọ pé Islam ẹ ń bára yín jà torí ẹ̀sìn, ká dá fún yàrá ìyàbá pa yín lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan olóṣèlú. Now, liberalizing alcohol sales may be one of the best possible ways that the crown prince wants to attract visitors. Ṣé ẹ máa ń kó owó lọ sí Mecca ni? This time around, Saudi Arabia wants you to come because Saudi too wants to build their own Saudi Arabia and their kingdom to be like the United Arab Emirates. Wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ program yẹn o. The booze and alcohol are limited to diplomats for now. But in few years, maybe by the time the 2034 Football World Cup comes about, the people of Saudi Arabia, for me, will be more comfortable with seeing alcohol being sold, and they'll be comfortable because they haven't seen alcohol being sold in their kingdom for decades. So by 2034, yes, so it is just in preparation. So maybe from loosening the grip on diplomat, then licenses will be granted for just ordinary people to come in and to go into the pub or the bar of their choice to consume their whiskey, wine, tequila, name it. Now, it was terrible. Let's go back. It was terrible in 1952 when alcohol was banned. A few months after a drunken scandal that involved Prince Bishari bin Abdulaziz. drank too much. That is, Prince Bishari bin Abdulaziz drank too much alcohol at a party and shot dead Sir Luzman, the British vice consul in Jeddah. That was why alcohol was banned there in Saudi Arabia. Now, after he killed the British diplomat, the king at the time had no choice but to ban alcohol. Now, what are we looking at? Are we looking at a situation whereby Saudi Arabia could lay the groundwork and set the stage for its rise as a future tourism hotspot in the world? Ilorin Al-Fas and Imams, Sultan of Sokoto. This is Saudi Arabia telling you they are open for the world to come and visit them. They are waiting for the world, and the world must visit them. Ilorin Al-Fas and Imams and Sheikhs and Sultan of Sokoto, what are you doing for the world to come to your part of the world? You are all stupid. You are all stupid. Now, guys, what do you think? What do you really think about this new moves, development that is taking place in Saudi Arabia, the spiritual home of Islam? Let's have your comment. Put your comment down. Let's have it. And I want you to please distribute this round so that all those useless imams, sheikhs in Ilorin and the Sultan of Sokoto gets to know about this. I am Frank Bello, and I was born into all the three religions anyway, so I am 3 in 1. Let them know. Give us your comment, share it, and let this go, because these people, they are messing you lot up. Imagine northern Nigeria, they shut school for the Ramadan period for 30 days. Nonsense. Listen, go and Google it. Saudi Arabia, the home of Islam, they've not even shut down their own schools for the Ramadan. But yes, during the Ramadan festival, yes, schools will be closed down. You are all stupid. All of you from Ilorin to northern Nigeria, you are all stupid. Look, that is Saudi Arabia, the spiritual home of Islam. Now, don't tell me you want to take Islam away from Saudi Arabia and then import that into Ilorin or northern Nigeria. That fight will be a super fight between you and Saudi Arabia. So guys, please, let's have your comment. Let's see exactly what you have to say about this, and please share it so that although all them Damborobas, sheikhs, imams in Ilorin and in northern Nigeria, especially their spiritual head, the Sultan of Sokoto, will get to see this. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you guys. Until next time, Take good care of yourselves and God bless you. Goodbye.
That's all for now. If you have enjoyed this video or any of our live streams, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channels on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when we post a new video. New Media TV. Live stream with confidence. Beyond the headlines. News in its purest form. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video.